cause that be natural.
Lady
I ain't
D.
looking tacky. I keep my game tactful.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm so nappy.
M.O.B.
Cause that be natural.
The infamous.
I ain't looking tacky cause I keep my game tactful.
I'm so pretty, I'm so fat, boo. I'm so natural, it's like it's a taboo. I'm so filthy, got the tattoo stuck in these bitches like I own ragu. On my business with my platoon, getting these minutes like I'm a typhoon. Y'all is jersey on that cartoon and I'm still on top. Hey guys, welcome back to Afros and Baby Hairs, and today we'll be doing a DIY crochet yarn braids experiment for our mannequin trials. And the products that we'll use is some handmade modern worsted yarn, 100% acrylic in the color onyx. We're going to be using some scissors, hair clips, a rat tail comb, and a crochet needle. So if you're interested in seeing how we do this experiment, then please keep on watching. Hey guys, so right here I'm just showing you how I braided the hair. This will be considered the braiding pattern. I made the braids pretty big in the back, but in the front I made them a little bit smaller, or at the top of the head front section they are smaller because I want that section to appear to be a lot fuller. So we're going to be using three pieces of thread, or three pieces of yarn to create these braids. You're going to loop them, and once you loop them it will become 6 pieces of yarn that you're going to be working with. And so we're going to attach this to the braids with the crochet needle, and then you're going to use 2 pieces of thread each to create the plait. So like I said, we're starting off with 3 pieces of yarn, and then you're going to loop it to create 6 pieces. And with those 6 pieces you're going to make a plait. So you need to use 2 pieces of the yarn each for each section of that plait, and you're just going to plait it together. And once you make it to the end, we're going to knot the end so that we can actually burn them later, and I will show you how to do that later on. But once again, we are attaching these 3 strings of yarn to the actual braid, and because we loop the hair, it appears to be 6 pieces that we're working with. So we're going to use 2 pieces of the yarn to make the actual plait, and plaits usually have 3 sections, so you're going to use 2 pieces for each section to create the plait. And then you're going to plait the hair all the way down, and then you're going to knot it off at the end. So yeah, I thought this would be a great protective style for people who you know, want to wear yarn braids or something like that, and you're worried about your hair becoming dreaded into the yarn, or you know, for whatever reason. I feel like this would be a great protective style. So instead of trying to blend your hair with the actual yarn, you're just crocheting it into the hair, and you don't have to worry about blending. You don't have to worry about your hair becoming a dreadlock or anything like that. And I'm not sure about wetting them. I'm going to experiment with the mannequin head while the yarn braids are in her hair, and I will wet them and see, you know, what all can you do with these particular crochet braids. So I will update you guys once I find out more information. But I wanted to experiment with this because I'm looking for a hairstyle, you know, a protective style for the actual fall on into the winter, because I do plan to vacation and I don't really want to worry about hair too much. But yeah, I just feel like this is a great protective style. And you know how sometimes weave is very itchy. Some of the braiding hair is very itchy. You have to go through a whole process of, you know, soaking it in vinegar and all of this stuff just to keep, you know, your skin from being irritated. But with the yarn, and like I said, this is acrylic yarn, you may not even experience any of it without having to soak it in, you know, vinegar. So yeah, so anyway, I'm just continuing on showing you guys the process. And on these next clips, I'm just showing you that I began to install more pieces to work with before I started braiding. So I completed, you know, a row of installing the actual yarn, and then I went back to braid it all. So I kind of changed up my technique that I was doing so that I could cover more ground a little bit quicker. So yeah, that's what we're doing in these clips. So yeah guys, since this is considered a protected style and we are using yarn, I do recommend that if you do consider doing this particular style, that you make sure that your hair is washed, conditioned, deep conditioned, and all of your moisturizers, creams, or whatever it is that you use on your hair to keep it moisturized, that you go ahead and do that before you put in your cornrows. You want to make sure that the hair is completely moisturized for the duration of this particular protective style. And we also know that yarn can be a little bit drying, so for that reason as well, you may want to add a little bit more product to your hair. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. And now I'm just showing you guys how it's looking thus far. And as you can see, the braids in the back do look a little bit more spacey, but that's why I braided them bigger in the back and smaller in the front. And right here I'm just showing you how I actually did the ends. You do want to go ahead and put the flame to the ends and then just kind of roll those ends in your hand between your fingers to make sure they're not really bulky, but we're just rolling and smoothing at the same time. But yeah, I did this hair in different layers because I wanted to show you that it does not matter how long your natural hair is. You can wear these short, long, medium, however you want it to. So I'm just showing you that it can be done. It doesn't matter the length of your hair because your hair is braided underneath. So you can wear these long or short or medium, however, you know. So that's why I did this type layered look. However, I just did the top half a little bit shorter and the bottom half like medium length. So just to give you an idea of how you can wear these, but you know, for the most part, this is the final result. I could take a little bit more hair and make it more of a layered look, but for right now, this is how it's looking. You can add any hair where you see there are gaps if you have enough hair to add more hair. But keep in mind, these are braids, and as you can see, the top appears to be a lot fuller because I did braid those cornrows a little bit smaller so that I could attach more hair. But in the back, it's a little bit more spaced out, those cornrows, so the hair is not as full. So just keep that in mind. Think about your braiding pattern and how you want the hair to look once it is complete. So yeah, guys, this is the completed look. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate your time and energy. We hope to see you guys on the next video. Peace and love, and as always, be blissful.
DJ Mike C on the track.
Cause that be natural.
Lady D.
I ain't looking tacky. I keep my game tactful.
Yo,
yeah, I'm so nappy. Cause that be natural.
The infamous.
I ain't looking tacky. Cause I keep my game tactful.
I'm so pretty, I'm so fat, boo, I'm so natural, it's like it's a taboo. I'm so filthy, got the tattoo, fucking these bitches like I own ragu. On my business with my platoon, getting these minutes like I'm a typhoon. Y'all is cheering on that cartoon, and I'm sitting on top of these buffaloes. I'm so